Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's messages of love from above. And before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. If you'd like to join me in doing that, always welcome. Whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together outside of space and time and let that love flow out to the world. So I'm gonna take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And we just let that love flow into our heart like a chalice, and it fills us up and then overflows out to the world, circling the planet. Giant ball of love energy, unconditional love, eternal, and nothing that we can do to lose it. Touching each and every heart, sparking us more and more and more to higher, higher, and higher vibrational love energy. Transforming any fear energy in the world that we can transform higher and higher, bringing the whole collective to a closer place of high unconditional love energy. And of course, if you are in need of unconditional love in this moment for your own mind, heart, body, for a situation, a relationship, or for a loved one, we send that energy to you right now as well. Just let it circle you and absorb into your being like a giant sponge. Just let it do what it needs to do, what it would like to do for your being, your health, whatever it may be that you are in need of. Beautiful. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space for that. And before we get into the readings, as always, I like to make sure everyone's aware we have 1 day left to get into my weekly drawing. On Mondays, I have a weekly drawing, and I'll be giving away a 30-minute personal recorded reading. So be sure to check out the video. It'll tell you how you can get into that. And then also, we are halfway through the month of July. Can you believe it? I can't. But we have a summer sale going on, crazy Zen summer sale. I have 50% off my Hedge of Love and Peace. That's the link if you want to know what is that all about. That'll tell you more about it. And then, of course, I have my personal recorded readings half off if you want to check on those. All this information is in the description box of the video. So if you need to come back to it, you know where it's at. But that's the link if you do want to book any of those. And then each week, busy Zen's always doing something, right? I have weekly pick a card readings, at least one. And this one was how can you transform your sadness? And it's great because Spirit talks about, we come here for lower vibrational energy experiences. So there's nothing wrong with feeling and moving through sadness. But when you're bored of it, when you're ready for a change, this tells you how you can transform it. So I like it. Then also, like I said, I'm always up to something. I'm also for the last 5 weeks have been putting out a weekly Take 10 with Zen, which are short video, 10 minutes and less, that talks about how we can connect to spirit, to our powerful selves, and where I answer questions from my subscribers. So this one was about the influences on fate. Last week was does fate exist? Before that, it was is love real? We also talked about spirit guides, dimensions. Next week's is going to be are our deaths fated? Dun dun dun. So be sure to check that out. All right. So those were the things I wanted to make sure you're aware of. All of those are free and provide messages from spirit. So let's get the desktop all set up here and we will get into the readings. Let me just make sure to capture the last ones here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Just because there's been some weird stuff with YouTube, where when I pop out the chat, sometimes some of the lives disappear or the comments. So we do not want to lose any of those. All right. All right. So it saved them all. Yay. All right. Very good. So, how the free readings work, if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you here. And, oops, I did the wrong one here. Hold on. Can't do two things at once, it seems. All right. So we did that there. Let me just make this bigger. All right. Much better. So the free readings, I just go down in order, first come, first serve in the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for guidance or a general reading. Spirit knows what you want, and that's who matters. They're the ones that bring through the messages. So this character and the whole chat room doesn't need to know if you don't want them to. And then if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step out of the free readings, prioritizing those. I dive deeper into those as well, pulling more cards. And then when I'm done, I return back to the free readings and I move down the list. Usually on for a couple hours. So I try to get through as many free readings as I can. But if you do want to make sure your reading is read, I guess your cards pulled, uh, you can make a donation by using the super chat at the bottom and then also in excuse me, the pinned comment at the top and the description box of the video. I have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So you can make a donation in any of those ways. And for whatever dollar amount you feel that you're able to. I don't have set amounts because I know everyone's income varies from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So whatever you're able to give, I honor that. So that is the skinny on all of it. And we will get into the readings. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you've already given the video. That is something that you can do for free. That helps support the channel and helps spread the Zen love so you can be part of the love tsunami. All right. So we will scroll to the top here and we will start with the first free reading, which is Vidi. Hey, Vidi Jalan. Hello, hello. All right. Wow, cards flying out already. So what are the Capricorn's intentions towards you? All right. We will take a look here and see what we've got going on here. So what are the Capricorn's intentions towards you? All right. Well, the first card that came out here was the Ace of Pentacles. Ace? Yep, that is the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles, is earth energy, which, of course, Capricorn is. But it's like this new opportunity, and there's this energy underneath here with a combination of these two that has to do with worth. We have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Pentacles. And I just feel like their intentions, and I don't even feel like this is like conscious intentions. I feel like this is something that's drawing them inside, that they're looking for validation of their worth through interactions with people. And there's like this um I just feel like this underlying pull, and it's not just specifically you either. It's like, relationship, interactions, friendships. They have all this long list of stuff, and I feel like they've kind of looked at you as someone who would be part of this list. It's like almost like a scavenger hunt. Okay, I've got to find this in my life, and okay, so I think you can fill that requirement. So it feels very thought out, which makes sense. I'm Capricorn rising, so I get it. Yeah, and Aquarius sun. We get in our minds, okay, this is what I need. Okay. It's not like this heart thing and this wow, it's like, okay, you fit the description, you you will you're what I need for this ingredient for this cake of life. I need that. So, okay, So it doesn't feel like, you know, heartfelt and all of this. It feels very calculated. That's the word I was looking for. So, interesting, but that's what's coming in, very Capricorn energy. So that is what is happening there. So that is their message for right now, VD. So you're like, okay. Well, hey, enjoy it for what it is. But it won't. I don't feel like it would fulfill you in life. But enjoy the interaction because no one comes into our life by accident, right? We learn something through about ourselves through everything. All right. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And wisdom words, you are up next. And by the way, I'm using the Naked Heart Tarot. If you're like, wow, I love those cards, because I do. And here's Aquarian energy. I love them. It's one of my favorite decks. Well, they're all my favorite. They're all my children, right? All right, wisdom words. Who's coming towards you? Oh, well, there we go. Well, this energy here is all about spirit, for you. Three of Cups represents for you in this reading your spiritual entourage. It's your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light on the other side. And they are the ones that I even like that it's in a heart, kind of a heart shape here where they love you and they support you and they're around you. And the star card can also represent your higher self. You are this bright being made from the stars. And so who's coming towards you right now is your spiritual entourage. And I feel like it's an important time right now that they're drawing you inward and upward to find this love that is truly for you, that's truly your um it's what will fulfill you and what will change things, and it'll change how you perceive the entire outside world. So that's kind of like almost like a high priestess, hermit type of energy where they're like, we want to draw you in with this time with us. Not like you have to become a complete hermit, but they do want you they're drawing you in and upward messages all over the place. So it's an important time in your life where they're wanting to let you know that you can ask for help. They don't mess with your free will and power of choice, but they do want you to, you know, um, be able to call on them and ask them of your own free will for help and guidance, answers, that type of thing, because they have a lot to tell you. So, especially if you're seeing a bunch of numbers, repeating numbers, or things that are catching your attention, going, why am I seeing these patterns? Why is this stuff? That's because they're trying to go. It's like when spirit, they're behind us, supporting us, but we forget they're there. They'll oh, hey, I forgot you were there. So that's kind of what's coming in for their wisdom words. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Vidi. All right. And Dijona Sturgis, you are up next. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So there's this slowing down of things right now in your outside world a little bit because they're guiding you here with the Heart of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and even these trees. It just feels like it's time for you to nurture yourself. And there's this slowing down to give you time to have some time alone, some rest, even getting out into nature if you can, even if it's just a local park or something nearby. But if you can get out into nature and as much as you can, that'll help ground you and get you this rest and this kind of your battery recharged. But it is a time for you, and you have permission for that. So allow yourself to have your alone time. Allow, that hot bath, that massage, that nice walk, a little iced coffee, sitting somewhere, reading a book, or whatever it is that allows you to recharge. Now is the time for that. So if you feel like things have slowed down, or you almost feel like people are Like, "Where is everyone?" It's because spirit has, like, nudged them away because 'cause they're like, "Shh, shh, shh, we need to rest." So, that's what's coming in for you, Dajona, so many blessings to you. That is what they have right now. Alright, and Grace, you are up next, so a general reading for you. Let's see what we got here. What does spirit want you to know right now? Wow, a lot of energy here, a lot of focus on where you're investing your energy. You've got the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So both of the divine feminine side of the energy, because pages are, divine feminine, because the knight and the king, of course, are the divine masculine. But there's this energy here of focusing in on what you are wanting to grow in your life. So this shows that you have the power here with this ace of swords twice. I mean, ace of wands twice. And there's this powerful message that comes in with wands energy that we are co-creators of our life. You know, every moment uh, life is unfolding, and it just hit 11:11. It just jumped out at me. So there's this, power that we hold in that, um, it's like, the creator is a giant baker, and a little kid, we walk into the bakery, and there's this huge glass, case with all the donuts, and if we're pointing at something over and over and over again, they're like, "Okay," so they get a big box and give us a dozen, maybe even a baker's dozen, they give us 13, right? And they hand it over, and we're like, "Ugh, this is not what I hate this donut." Like, "Well, that's what you were pointing at." I'm like, "Well, that's because I was saying I hate that donut." They're like, "Well, tell you what, point out what you love and what you're grateful for, and I'll bring you a dozen of those and dozens of those things." So there's this energy, this awareness that whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And so if we focus in on what we hate, we're telling the universe, "I really enjoy hating things. Can you bring me more things to hate?" And they're like, "Sure, order up." Or I feel like I'm missing something in my life and I just want that. And our energy is saying, "I enjoy missing things." Because that's what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm pointing at, right? So can I miss it more? Can I miss even more things? Sure, order up, right? But if we change our energy in a moment to what we're grateful for, on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, all that gratitude, we're telling the universe, "I enjoy feeling grateful for things in my life. Can you bring in more things for me to be grateful for?" And they're like, "Order up." Absolutely. So I feel like that's what they're wanting you with all this wands energy here is to be aware of where we're investing our energy in each moment. We are all taught to focus on our fears, what is missing, what we're afraid will come in, what we're afraid we'll lose. So we're taught that that's our habit, but we can change our habit if we want. I talk about it a lot here, this amazing life transforming, because my fingerprints, my life transforming tool because whenever I'm wanting to change a habit, repetition is so important for me. And I would put like a little vibrating silent alarm on my phone for every waking hour or waking half hour if I really want it to happen fast. And it just, it notifies me to come back to the moment, come back to the moment. And then it's, like gratitude is the name of the alarm. I'm like, oh, that's right. Gratitude, gratitude, and that can help change things. So that's what they have for you right now, Grace. So many blessings too. Scared myself. Have a hiccup. All right. So many blessings. All right. And up next we have Lynx Lee. Hello, hello. You like messages from Leo. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. So messages from Leo. Oh wow, look at this. All those pentacles. So there's a message here that we've got, the Eight of Pentacles shows that there's been a lot of work going on in regards to your interactions with them. And that this does show that there will be things start to move in the outside world. Pentacles is the outside, energies. That leads to the Ten of Pentacles, which is feeling like life is full and overflowing. So it feels like with them that there is this work that has been going on. It's like an apprentice that's been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and then it starts to move things in the outside world, which move things up. And, you know, this does represent that you will be moving up, and whatever happens, you do feel like your life is full here. And when we get the Eight of Pentacles, it's like, it is like a butterfly. I have this little story Spirit gave, which is, it's like the butterfly and a caterpillar. And if, the hard work is that you've gone in to your cocoon to transform, and the agreement is that they were also supposed to do that. And when you come out of your cocoon, you're either going to have another butterfly there along with you that's like I've also evolved with you and I'm ready to fly, or you come out and there's this huge extra large, extra large caterpillar that was just been eating the whole time and didn't do the cocoon. And you get to leave that behind and find butterfly instead. So it's like you come to this fork in the road where things can't continue to go as they were. You either are both going to fly, or you're going to fly and they're going to continue down on the forest floor, and you're going to find a butterfly that makes you feel that 10 of Pentacles. So this is the message, is that things are about to change. You're about to come out of your cocoon, and then you will see, am I going to end up with them as a butterfly, or am I going to see a giant caterpillar and I'm going to move on and find a butterfly? So that's what's coming in, Linksley. So that we shall see, the mystery will unfold. All right, so that is what they have for you, Linksley. And then up next, we've got Pinky. Any blessings coming to you soon? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. It's going to take a quick sip here. All right. Wow, I'm getting a lot of the same suit in the two cards that I'm pulling. Because here's cups. So the blessing coming in here, I mean, you've got higher love, new love, movement, cup. This is the Knight of Cups, which is in pursuit of higher love. So this love, this higher love that you've been looking for, is coming in for you. It starts with your self love, your higher love, raising your own love vibration. And then it also is reflected in the outside world, because you can't love anyone else more than to the extent you love yourself. So if you love yourself very little, then you can only receive very little love from others and give very little love to other humans. The more you expand your self love, the more you're able to give and receive from others. And then hopefully they also were doing that, because then they can receive all the love you're giving, and they're able to give you a lot of love too. But the big thing is that it's a win 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 win, because you open up to this beautiful love from above that fills you up and overflows. So the outside world love isn't, it's not like this desperation that I have to have it, because you find this love within yourself. But you don't stop wanting love in the outside world, you just stop needing it. And there's a difference in that, right? Where I don't need that human love, but I want it, and it's above and beyond, rather than it's what I need to fulfill me. It's like it will never fill us up, because it's the outside world can only give us like a conditional, unstable, temporary love, whereas we find the stable, eternal, unconditional love of the higher realm in our own heart. So it's a huge blessing that comes in, because it changes your entire world from one of lack and falling short to one of abundance and overflowing. But it starts with in here. So that is what they have for you, Pinky. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And LA, you are up next. So I did see alarms earlier. Yeah, thank you for the new alarms. Third time's a charm, which is totally your what did they say? That's your right to change your mind. So we ended up with what is SP's karma for her behavior towards you and your mom for the past few days. All right. So, karma, and it's a great question, LA, because that there is this misconception of karma that's been put out into the world from our human minds, because our human minds demand justice, it demands recompense, and it wants people to get what's coming to them until it comes to us, and then we're like, well, no, 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 wait, 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 you don't understand. But so karma, the way spirit has explained it to me, is it's more curiosity. Karma with like, let's say I'm a slave owner in one lifetime. I'm curious. I want to see things from all different viewpoints. So another lifetime, I will want to be a slave, and then in another lifetime, I will want to be the spouse of someone or someone on the outside looking in. Um, and I want to see all the different viewpoints. We're very curious beings, and so that karma is more not like punishment and the karmic debt and all this. I call it more curiosity with all of that. So karma, the reaping what you sow and da 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 is more of a human fear thing than it is what karma and how our higher beings really work. But all that said, the thing that impacts us, because we do see people, like, oh, look, they did that and look what happened to them. We see it, right? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think I'd have said it exactly that way because that's not the way. Like, I would explain it exactly as I did now. But the other thing is that whatever we are focusing on, are like if I'm in fear and I'm doing fearful actions, I'm drawing fearful events and people to me too. So when SP is acting in lower vibrational energies, they're asking, I want lower vibrational people, experiences, and everything to come to me. And so that's when we think, oh, look, karma, look, they're getting what they deserve. Really, they're getting what energy, like all of us, what energy they're focusing on. So I actually had someone yesterday or the day before that asked a similar question. And it's like what came in, it was like they will get a little bit of stuff that will um, come to us, but if they change and raise their love vibration, then they stop drawing that in and they draw in things that are, like attracts like. So if they're acting like a jerk, they're going to get jerky experiences, right? If they're acting loving and kind, then they get loving and kind, because that's how this world works. Is whatever we're pointing at, we're asking for more of it, and the universe isn't punishing us. They just bring in things like that. So just let that just see that's how it works. And then we'll pull cards here too. Yeah. Cheery. Well, we, whatever energy we're focusing on is what we're drawing in as well. And I like the idea of, if I don't like experiencing what I'm experiencing, then I change my energy and I'll stop experiencing those things, because people's actions are just actions, and we're the ones that put the story. We choose the story. We choose, the emotion. We choose the energy, and we choose our actions in response to what's going on. So, and I know, we're taught when people act that way, if we go into fear, we're going to act fearful back to them. But when you focus more and more on a higher vibrational love energy, instead of taking it personally, someone's actions, we realize, "Oh, that's a cry for love." When people are acting in fear, when they're acting unintelligent, uncompassionate, and unloving, we know that's every moment's either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. So if someone's acting unloving, not this, then it's this. So then we're like, okay, well, they're obviously not acting loving, so they're in fear. And how can I help them with their fear? How, their inner child feels out of control or unsafe. And so, how can I help them feel back in control and help them feel safe? Because then they will change. They'll come out of fight or flight mode and they'll come into more intelligent, loving compassion, right? So, yeah, yeah. We all project a lot. We're always projecting, right? Yeah. Mhm. Well, that's why you don't back them into a corner. You just greet it with kindness. That's what you do with a scared dog backed in a corner. You throw him treats. You throw him, "Here, here's some french fries. Here's a doggy treat." Yeah. But that's what we can do, in the situations because we can't change people's minds. We can't make them behave the way we want them to. Um, we can only change hearts. And how do we change hearts? By giving unconditional love. We can't change anyone. We can't make anyone behave the way we want them to. And then when we realize and we let go of controlling the world, right? I used to always have to turn back in my deputy badge. I was God's little sheriff. Let me help you make the world a better place. And they're like, "Are you done?" And I'm like, "Yeah, here's the badge back." Daily giving it back out of frustration. I'm like, "Why isn't anyone doing everything I want them to do?" And he's like, "Well, why do you want them to do that?" And I realized my energy was best. There's a German proverb, sweeping in front of my own door instead of sweeping in front of everyone else's. I come back to me and go, okay, why did I want this to happen for me? Why did I want to interact with that rude person or that customer that just wouldn't let me help them or this friend that said those mean things? Why did I want that for me? What is it showing me about me? And that's where our growth happens, right? Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good question. We've got the fear, you know, if people have done things, if our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, that's when our fear activates. And so, it's a great question is just asking ourselves, what am I afraid of? And, you know, um, that helps us. We can go in and comfort our inner child, as well. Because here you have the strength. Here's you connecting with your higher self. We were asking, are they going to get there? Going to get some sort of interaction, some sort of punishment for how they treating. And it's like, well, when they are just the lion without connection to their higher self, they feel very scared because they feel alone in the world. They, feel like whatever's going to happen to them. The Four of Cups, this would be an emotional stability card, but they're focusing on the three cups that they feel empty and they feel scared. They feel like nothing is filling them up. That's what happens in this story. The lion, before it's aware of our higher self, is like walking and it's told, look outside of yourself to these three cups to fill you up: relationships, situations, things. And we do, but the more we drink of it, the more thirsty we become. And we're not finding fulfillment. And so the lion becomes like like you said, a scared dog backed in a corner. It becomes a roaring lion in the jungle because it's so desperate to have fulfillment, and it's not finding it in the outside world. And that's when the higher self starts coming in, because that is what we are truly thirsty for, is this Ace of Cups, which is this, this source of, I mean, we are a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, and this is what we're looking for. That's why our higher self will come in, and they will, um it's at that time that we start becoming aware of our higher self, and our higher self doesn't come down to kill off the lion, or cage it to protect people from it, or try to control it with a whip and a chair, and manipulate it, because it knows that what we're truly hungering for is the love, and it is what is able to give us that love. And so, it comes down to do that. So a lot of what she's going through is the desperation, is this, I'm so thirsty, and I don't have any of this love, and what can we do? If we have found connection with our higher self and unconditional love, you can just give her unconditional love. If you see her as a hurt little 2-year-old, girl who's crying because she's so scared and so unsafe, and that's what does it for me. Like, if I need compassion, I just have to picture a little 2-year-old child crying, and I'm just like, oh my god, I just want to pick them up and I want to comfort them. And so when I ever have anger towards anyone in the world, um, I I picture that. I sit with it and I picture them shrink down to the little 2-year-old, whatever happened to them to make them feel so wounded and so, it's just like, I just picture myself picking them up, and they're just crying and they're just bawling on my shoulder, and just holding on to them, giving them love, 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 unconditional love, right? And then they start growing and they become the human adult, and then they're still bawling and crying as I'm embracing them. And it helps me bring that love to them in the real world. And sometimes I have to repeat it a lot. If it's someone, with that stuff. So yeah. 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 Because they chose their lessons, they chose their journey. So our energy is best invested in going, okay, what is that, my interaction with them, what is it bringing up within me that, is triggering my fear, so I can, transform that, so I can be an unconditional love more. And then when I have this start to rise up, I, send love to them instead. And you can just send love to them every time you're thinking of them. And when you hear them drive up, or you hear they're on their way or whatever, you can just start filling the house with love, start giving love. And as you change within you, then you see how your interaction with them change. Because like a, what do you call it, a scared dog backed in a corner, if a dogs sense our fear, that triggers their fear even more, right? So if they sense love from us, then they start feeling safer too, right? Yeah. Yeah. So what a wonderful opportunity. What a great teacher, right? Giving you these opportunities to face those and transform them. I know you're like, "What?" But it is, it's so true that, we have these amazing teachers that come into our life to show us that, you know, everything is happening for us, and when we realize that, going, "Oh, okay." I'm going on summer vacation. Bye. Alright, LA, that's what they have for you. I feel like that was for all of us, so thank you for asking that question, because such a powerful thing, and every human deals with situations with people, whether it is family or friends or exes or partners or workmates or customers, you know, it's everywhere. And so when we're able to understand, okay, this trigger coming up is for me, so I'm going to work on that. And then you see things like even yeah, and yeah. Well, having been and done that, I know the result of that, right? Because I used to work on an escalated call line. I used to manage and coach and whatever in corporate life, and you learn that escalations they end in war, and so when we learn to de-escalate, because like if when we learned how to stay calm, customers that were going up like this, we when we stay small, when we stay not small, but we stay calm, they're out here in the middle and they're like they realize and they start coming down because they even would apologize like, "I'm so sorry," because they were in fear, they were acting out of their mind. But when we're calm and they calm down, then when the intelligent piece of them comes back, it's like, wow, um, they realize, "I don't know why I acted like a fool," you're like, you know, they were scared, so that's what comes in. All right. So thank you guys so much for your questions there. And I do have a couple donations. So I'm going to jump to those. And then the next free reading is going to be cheery. So we'll be up to you here in a moment. My mouse will continue to work here. Come on. There it goes. All right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. All right. So La Lima, thank you so much for your donation. I did receive that on PayPal. And let me see. I don't see a question over there. So if you asked a question up above, I will try to find it. If not, pop your question down below and we will prioritize that. Let me see here. I don't see it up above. I don't think I do. No, I don't. So if you want to pop your question down below, La Lima, I will prioritize that. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to move to Galatians. Hey, G, thank you for your donation. And speaking of 2-year-olds, here I am. Hey, buddy. All right, so you just saw Carissa walking with her mother. You caught her staring at you and then lowered your head. Uh, oh, so she was looking at you and then you lowered your head not to make direct contact. What do you need to know about her? Okay, let's take a look here. What do you need to know? Okay, anything else? Okay. All right. Mm. Um well, you start off here with the 2 of cups and the 2 of wands. There's a lot of choice energy going on here. There's a lot of emotional choice with them. I feel like they are going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Because I have this energy here, and I'm going to show you all the cards because it's the story that unfolds here. Because at first, those 2 cards come up. I'm like, okay, well, it looks like romance, and they're like, oh, 10 of Swords and the Moon. There's a lot of hidden stuff with them, and I feel like your little spidey sense is going off with them, and I would trust that because I feel like they have a lot of supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts, all these rules that they have currently around what a relationship is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, and there's a lot of hidden stuff that's all involved here. So I feel like red flag Red flags are flying on every one of these swords here. And then I feel like, this kind of sums it up in the end here too with the Tower card, that I feel like they would eventually be moved out of your life anyway, because I feel like there's something more in alignment for you. The space needs to be kept open and the path open. And I feel like that they would, like, be moved. So that's what's coming in there, for you, G. That's what I feel you need to know to, run. I like that you lowered your head to not make direct eye contact. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. If they were in your life before, they were moved out of your life on purpose, for a purpose, and honor that. Don't go against the I want to say the bouncers, your spiritual bouncers who bounce them on out of your life, just to let them keep them away from you. Because I feel like it was a reflection for you though too, because it allows you to see what of your own fears, or all those supposed tos and shoulds, all those expectations that were put in your head all along too, about what a relationship is supposed to be, should be, need to be, and all that. That it allows you to go, "Oh, okay, I recognize this mirror. I can let some of this other stuff go too." So it's not by accident, of course, that you saw them, but it's not meant for them to be in. It's meant for them. You were just supposed to see it and go, "Okay, there we go." So hopefully that makes sense for you there, G. And that's what they have for you right now. So thank you so much for your donation. All right. La Lima, thank you for your question there. So you want to know Nikhil's energy towards you. You feel like he's been fooling around. You can't understand why he's not letting it go. If that's the case, long distance situation. Okay. I get you. Let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know here. So what are their energy and what's going on here? We'll dig into is there fooling around going on here, and why isn't he letting it go, and just advice from spirit here. Nope, they don't want that one. They want this one. Anything else? Okay, there it is. All right, let's take a look here and see what their energies are first. Okay. And then what's going on over here? Okay. So I feel like with the moon card coming in here, we just talked about the moon, about being there's unseen things that are going on out there. Innocence of Wands, Page of Wands, which can be a lot of new passion that's being expressed, in the Heart of Cups, which they've got a lot of deep, deep emotions that are going on here. So there's just a lot, with this moon card. If you were like, if there's a few cards that represent hidden and unknown things. It's like the moon, the high priestess, like the seven of swords. Those would be the cards that spirit uses to communicate with me when it represents there's some shenanigans or hidden things that we're not aware of going on. And when we have the innocence of wands, which page of wands, that's passion, a lot of passion. And then, but there's the Heart of Cups that comes in here, tells us a lot about why he's not able to let go. It's because he wants love, but because of all this stuff, there's a lot of subconscious stuff that's going on way below the surface that just keeps them from feeling like they're worthy of having love. Like if they don't love themselves, they can't give love and receive love. They can only give passion and um, type of energy, attraction type of energy. But love, when it comes to love, it's like withheld. That's there because I see here how they're torn here. We've got the two of swords, which is kind of like they're in the middle. They're being weighed down and they're not able to make a decision here. They have a decision of, well, this would be joy and celebration and wedding and all of that type of stuff. That's like on one side, it's like what their mind is telling them. But we've got here the, Heart of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And I feel like this is where the fears are. I don't feel like they had a very healthy relationship with the uh, feminine authorities in their life, like mom and grandma and sisters and aunts. I feel like there was a lot of painful things that has happened in the past, and that's what keeps their heart guarded and keeps them in this, you know, place here, this standing in the fork in the road. Um, and confirmation, because I wanted confirmation too. One of the other cards that tells me about third party situations is the Three of Cups. It means there's a third person involved. And here we go again with the Ace of Wands, which is passion, So I feel like there is a third party situation by the cards that came in here. These two cards, the moon and the Three of Cups would tell me that. And then also we've got both the ace and the page of wands, which is new passion that comes in here. So, I feel like they their heart is attracted to you, but the heart is caged deep down in a dungeon in their castle. And I don't know if it's ever going to make it out of there. So I like where your energy is at. I feel like you are ready to cut it off and you're ready just to be like, you know what? I'm okay with moving forward and moving on. I feel like you have learned what you were wanting to learn from them, and it's okay, to go forward there. Um, so I feel like that is what they have for you here right now, Lalima. Hopefully that helps. And I know, having been there myself, and a lot of people here probably have as well, our heart goes out to you and we send you lots of love. But I do love what's coming down your future. I just see very bright sun, like the sun card came out. It's like where you're headed, and what you're learning about yourself through this sets you free in a lot of ways too. So I like it. All right, so that's what they have for you, Lalima. Thank you so much again for your donation and hang in there. Oh yeah, cheery. Yeah, so they do. They sense animals sense our energies. Um and I know when I'm, you know, I even cats, all animals, because I had a friend when I went over to do a reading for her, she had a cat that was just like, she would come into work with scratch marks on her legs because she didn't feed him on time. He was like a horror. She was like, "Oh my god, I love him, but I'm like, he's a monster." And she goes, "So when you come over, you know, just be aware. He probably won't come near you because he doesn't like people, but just be aware. Don't get too close to him." So we sat on our living room floor and I started doing a reading. And of course, when I channel the unconditional love from up above, here comes the cat. And her eyes got really big and he climbed in my lap because I was sitting Indian style. And he went and curled up and went to sleep in my lap. And she was just like, and so they definitely feel the energies, right? It's funny. Um, I am I am a cat person. I love all animals, but like in my environment, when I have my own home, I have cats. And they always end up being dogs though, because I'm like a cat person. I'm like, I want to come home and I walk in the door and the cat lifts his head and go, "Hey." And then every once in a while, it comes over, we play, we pet, and they're done, I'm done, and we're good. But all the cats I ended up with ended up being dogs in cat's body. Like, they wanted to play fetch. As soon as I came in, they were, like, right there, and they just wanted to be and have attention like a puppy, and I'm just like, "Okay, well, here we go." So I like that. Hey, Elena, welcome from South Africa. All right. And let me just catch up here too. It's funny in that with like all of them, every single one was like that. They would I had a little mouse and I'd throw it and they'd go grab it and bring it back to me and put it down and like, all right, let's play some more, you know. It's funny. Hey, love 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so Galatians, it said great. Red flags with her no communication. Well, there's gotta be something going on there, right? Let's see, what's your question here? Thank you for your additional donation, Galatians. So we will look here. Yeah, to get a dog. Well, my host, she has, 2 dogs, so I get my dog energy when I go up and I leave and come back. I or if I take care of them while she's out or whatever, so so I get dog energy, um, so it's fun. Alright, so you felt Nicole's energy again like crazy today as she decided to move forward and reach out. Let's take a look here. But yeah, Galatians, if you're having like a lot of like you feel people are interested, but it feels like they're pushed away. Have we talked about the 6 of Pentacles? You know, I'll the I think it's this Take 10 with Zen episode. It was this one. I think it's this one or and maybe listen to both if you haven't. They're only like less than 10 minutes, but it talks about the 6 of Pentacles energy around fate. So if you listen to both episode 4 and 5, I feel like it will there might be messages in there for you because if there is this feeling like there's these barriers keeping people away, that could be something to do with your inner child, your little inner child. You're speaking of 2-year-olds. There they are. They're like, no, no, no. Yeah. So check it out. Check it out because, well, it's different than the standard. You know, with me, spirit speaks. My spirit team speaks differently through the cards. So it's more of an out of balance. Well, it's kind of reciprocity, but it's an out of balance giving and receiving that comes in there. All right. So let's take a look here and we're checking in on Nicole though here. So Nicole's energy, has she decided to move forward? uh, I think they want you to listen to that about the 6 of Pentacles. Too funny. Raka, raka, saka, raka. Um, but no swords. Yay! um, so I feel like here there is this. Excuse me. We got the universe card here. So it's ending of old cycles, beginning of new cycles, and this cycle is the one that needs to end here. You know. All right. Are you using your hands? Because I speak with my hands. What's the matter with you? I can't believe this. What is happening? But I feel like that is, I mean, here is the ending of cycles and beginning of new things, you know, coming in. So I really feel people always asked if I was Italian because I would talk with my hands all the time. Even when my boss is in a meeting of managers of like 20 people, I was like way over here and she was at the very other end and she just said, "Can you sit on your hands? I want to see if you can still talk." So it's funny. um, so there is this change of cycles, and I feel like all of it's happening on purpose for a purpose, of course, for you here. And we've got things are slow down here. Things are going really, really slow. And, it's you're up on a hill being seen, but the sevens in here are for me, they're wanting you to really look into, you know, you being true to your authentic self. And there's this getting into the 6 of Pentacles. I mean, I just can't get past it because that's exactly what I was talking about. And then here it comes up here, right? So we've got this, energy that comes in here about there's your inner child is keeping track of this out of balance giving and receiving. And I talk about it quite a bit because it's very around here, of this you know feeling like you had to give to someone when you were younger 1,000 love coins to get just one love coin back, and now that out of balanced reciprocity, that out of balance giving and receiving is down in the subconscious. And that little 2-year old, he has a little, chalk, and he's keeping track of the 1,000. And they have these, big um, force fields up, keeping love and abundance and whatever away, doing that. uh, she could be. She definitely could be. But all of this is about you because that's what was coming in with, I know all these people are attracted to me, but what's keeping them away from me? Your 2-year old inner child has these force fields up that's keeping them away. So you get to go, you know, down inward. And I don't feel like she's moved on. I feel like there's people that want to give you love, but your little 2-year old's emotional, inner child is like, nope, nope, you haven't reached the, designated that you've given to be able to receive yet. And it's huge. It's a huge out of balance. However, it was when you were younger that, parents are usually the usual suspects, as we say. Um, Grandparents, it could be teachers, could be whoever it was, but at 7 years old and younger, when your emotional side was being developed, that this out of balance giving and receiving came in. So whoever it was that was so important that you gave so much to and got so little from, that's what we talk about there. But definitely check out that if it resonates, that Take 10 with Zen that just came out a couple days ago. The playlist I think is in the description box, but it's on my main page if you want to check it out. It's all free. So that's what's going on there, G. So I don't feel like she's decided to move forward, and I feel like she's being held back from reaching out because of your inner child subconscious energy that's going womp womp womp. So you'll see things change when you are able to look at that, which is cool. All right, so that is what they have for you. Hang in there. All right, and I do have a couple PayPals. All right. So love 1, 2, 3, 4. You were up first. And then I think Lalima, you have a second one. So I will be to that here in just a moment. So love 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. All right. So we'll take a look here at your bro. Again, medical disclaimer. Let's see. That will be for the rest of the year. Okay. And then number 2. Okay. That's the first part. And how will it go? All right. So let's take a look here. We've got here, and let's see, your brother for this the year. Okay. Well, I like this for bro. So for the first part of your question, I feel like this is ending of fears and releasing of supposed tos and shoulds and movement of emotion. I feel like that, again, stress, there's a lot of stress, right? But this is, as they let go of expectations, as they let go of their fears, and there's this movement of emotion, then, I see that getting better. And, again, it comes down to when we're out of fight or flight mode and we're back into full, where our bodies are not um, being hindered, because we have an amazing healing machine if we can stay out of fight or flight mode, because fight or flight takes us into shutting down everything. And they're like, okay, well, I was trying to make progress, but now my immune system is shut down. And so they're like, we're waiting to go back up and then we can continue. It's like production has come to a halt. And it's like, okay, here we go. It's going up again. And I like it here because, for the rest of the year here, we've got the Eight of Pentacles is if they do the work, progress goes forward, in the outside world. The Five of Cups is this, energy of, feel the feels, but realize they don't have to stay in those lower vibrational emotions. That if they can move out and work through and flow through some of those emotions, it'll help you know, their health. So I see that it's within their hands to do so. So it definitely is possible. But if they keep doing what they're doing and believing what they're believing, then the cycle continues and they continue to get what they've always gotten, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's amazing what stress does to us, right? So let's take a look here. um, well, I like this second question. How's the convo going to go this week? So, and is, are you having the final one? So this is what came up first when for the first part of the question. You've got the Hermit and you've got the Sun card coming in. So for me, this would be energy saying you're going to be by yourself and it's victory. It's sunshiny. It's what, and here's your Leo energy. I feel like it's like, well, this feels like a wish come true, in a way, because this you want to be away from it, right? And you want to have the victory, right? So it feels like that. And then how it goes, I feel like it's in the end there's victory. The Seven of Pentacles, last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So I feel like this is the last thing that's growing on the fruit tree, right? And so I feel like it feels victorious with the Six of Wands. Usually they have like the people are up on the horse with the um what do they call it? A wreath, the victory wreath. So I really feel like that is what's coming in here for you. So it seems very good. I like it. Fruitful. So that's what I feel is coming in here. That's the energy of today. So that is what they have for you, love 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully that is helpful. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And all right, sounds good to me. Yeah, you are very welcome. All right, and Lalima, let's take a look here. So you had asked what would be the best way to move forward, and then you also said also trying to contemplate whether whether you should completely block the person or balance yourself, just be friends. What are the lessons which you were supposed to learn from the situation? You did feel it was faded. Yeah, yeah, definitely everyone comes in on purpose for a purpose here. So let's take a look here. All that energy, what does spirit want you to know around these things here? All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, we have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, the best way for us to move forward in anything is realize our power, right? If we focus our energy on the things that we like, the lower vibrational energies and emotions, we expand it and we ask for more of it. So whatever we can do, I mean, definitely you also have the king, the spirit of cups is the king of cups, is balancing heart and mind, balancing the heart with the mind. So, this is saying feel the feels, but also see it from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, and just be aware of where you invest your energy. Because the best way to move forward is, um, you know, allow the feelings to bubble up, don't suppress them. And whatever triggers, also take time to step back and breathe, calm and balance, and go, okay, what is this telling me about me? Because the lesson, like you said, what lesson was I supposed to learn through this? And I'll talk about it here in a second. But it is here you have the 10 of wands. The burden is over, right? It's all the energy you were investing in it. It's time to invest it somewhere else. So you do move your energy and you take control of where you're investing your energy into what are you grateful for in your life? Not what you feel is missing in your life, because then that just tells the universe you want to miss things more. It's like, okay, what am I grateful for in my life? What um brings me joy? What Focusing on unconditional love and laughter, and just realizing, yeah, we're taught popular opinion that when that type of thing happens, I'm supposed to feel this way, think this way, invest my energy this way, and take these actions. But it's like, what do I want? And that's really a lot of what this was to show you here, because you've got the Nine of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment, like a dream come true. This is like one of the wish fulfillment cards. But you got the Naked Heart. This is a special card strictly for this deck. And when it first comes out, I like to read what they have here because it's so powerful, and I feel like it's important for you where you're at here, because this is about connection. This is about purpose. This is about higher self. And so the Naked Heart, this heart has a message that it tells you, which is, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. And as I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and my purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me when will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing, otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. And when I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light, and I inspire others. Then that little moth there, this little Luna moth here at the top, whispers to you, you are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light. And if you feel disconnected from your heart, you can ask yourself, is my ego leading my path instead of my heart? And so, what comes in here, the lessons to be learned, the lessons of this, interaction, was to show you that the outside world isn't going to give you what your heart needs. You're going to find what your heart needs within your heart, and then that changes the outside world. So, uh, huge, awareness here of where are you invest your energy. And we are told this long list of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and must about our life, but those are just opinion. We get to decide, and the more you connect to your high heart, then you understand where it is you want to invest your energy, what truly fills your heart and makes it full of joy, and then you do more than that. In fact, there was a quote that I read earlier this morning from Rumi, and it said, "Your heart knows the way, run in that direction." I like it. I'm like, yeah, because another quote of Rumi is, we don't have to find love. We just need to find the barriers that we have created between us and love. So, um, follow your heart, follow your intuition, It's going to lead you in the way. Trust that intuition because you already were. You're like, I just feel like something's going on, and you're like, you're right. So trust that. All right, and that's what they have for you there. So thank you again so much for your donation, La Lima. Hang in there. I'm excited, for that, where you're headed, in your journey here. It's going to be so freeing and so much more in alignment with your heart. So, all right. So I think that was all of my donations there. So we are scrolling back up to the top here. And Cheery, we are to you. So let me just take a quick sip here. All right. So does your mental child now believe what you were trying to explain it? Were they convinced, right? We got the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is this, solid feeling in the outside world. So I like that. I like that there's this feeling of home and safety and security there. So I feel like it's a solid number. So I feel like it's a solid energy too. The Magician card coming in here is this, it is the energy of wherever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. And I feel like, um, now they want more. I feel like they want more action. They want even more action because this is the divine masculine movement, 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 thinking, thinking, thinking. What I focus on grows and expands. And now they're like, okay, well, if that's true, then what about this, this, and this? Let's look at all these other things. It's almost like ignited the curiosity of the little mental child. It's like, well, so if you're saying that, I've got all this other stuff that I relate to that. So what about that? So I feel like you're going to have more questions coming up. I'm, I'm seeing in my mind, it's like, how a little kid goes, but why? But why? But why? Well, why? And they keep on asking why when you give them an answer. Well, because of this. Well, why that? Well, because of this. Well, but why that then? And they're like, because of that, and I just feel like they have so many questions, which is great because that means that you've earned their trust, which is great. So that is what's coming in for you, Cheery. So many blessings to you. And then Shravani Nagosi, you are up next. So which positive things are coming towards you? I like that. Let's focus on the positive, right? So I like it. I like it. Well, you've got the Heart of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. And I like this because whatever you focus on with your Ace of Wands is what you're drawing towards you. So the positive things that are coming towards you are those positive things that you focus in and are grateful for, which I like. They're like, it's limitless because it's in your hands with that. And then you've got this is a blessing. I know may not look like it, but the Seven of Swords represents what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have thieved from you, have cheated you out of things, have deceived you, and the 10 of swords is the ending of that. Like you're really identifying a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets from the past that have made you feel limited and bound and trapped and restricted and unworthy and blah, blah, blah. All those wonderful fears that would tear you down and draw you back and anchor you down. Well, the 10 of swords is, I'm sick and tired of feeling that way. And it's the release. 10 is endings and new beginnings. That's why that's a blessing. That's a positive thing, is that you have some fears that have just been gnawing at you for so long that finally you're getting relief from. And it's this feeling, right? So that's what's coming in for you, Shawani. So many blessings to you. All right. And then double, triple, quadruple X, you are up next here. Hope it won't take long. Well, Cheery, what are you rushing? What are you rushing toward? It's the journey. It's always the journey. When we're like, oh, is it gonna get here? When is it gonna get here? We are we're in a fear because Only our ego is worried about time. Our higher self, it's an eternal being. It's like, what are you rushing for? We have all the time in we have all time. So why are you rushing? Because I have to get here because I have to be here to be happy. I have to be here to be lovable. I have to be here to be victorious. What importance are we putting about getting to this place, right? So something to think about. All right. So double, triple, quadruple X. What's new? What's new with you? Let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know? Anything new that they want you to know coming towards you? Wow. We do have movement coming up here in your outside world. Eight of Pentacles shows like it's an apprentice who's been doing all the blood, the sweat, the tears, and you're ready to become the master. You're ready for this movement forward. So whatever you've been investing energy in your life, like a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, whether it's job, position, relationship, something in the outside world, you're about to see this flow in the outside world start happening. So there is this movement that's coming. So get ready because with when the Eight of Pentacles shows up, it means if you have ever seen like movies or whatever where they have these huge clocks or mechanisms and you start to see wheels start to tick, 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 tick. Well, the wheels are turning, which are going to be bringing something. So you see the action happening, and soon you're going to be moved forward or something's being moved to you. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, double, triple, quadruple X. So many blessings to you. All right, and Divine Goddess, you are up next. So who's coming towards you? Let's take a look here. Who is coming towards you? All right. We've got the Six of Swords. So swords is a movement card, so there is movement. This has to do also about mindset changes, leaving behind old ways of thinking and moving into new ways of thinking. And so this tells me that it's someone that is not someone who's not normal, not your normal. And it is someone who challenges some thoughts and beliefs you have about relationship, about interactions with an individual. So I feel like it is someone different than you normally would interact with, that you would talk with, etc. So I like it. And I don't feel, let me see if they'll give me any information as far as what sign or they are here. Okay, that makes sense. With it being wands, it is someone that stands out and is themselves, and other people don't like that they shine bright in the darkness, that they stand out. So being that wands energy, fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, it's someone that's very fiery, that stands out. Probably, usually it's attractive, physically attractive, but definitely energetically attractive. People are just drawn to them. Someone that might even be very outgoing, very extroverted, very seen, as well. But I feel like this is someone very different than you normally are attracted to, or that you normally draw into your life. So here we go. Fun, fun, fun. You're welcome, Cherry. All right. So Earth Angel, you are up next, and you'd like a love reading. Let's see what we got here. All right. Got a little mixed bag going on here, but that's okay, because what this is having come into your life here is you've got the Capricorn Saturn energy with the Devil card, which is the shaker, the rattler, the one that initiates you questioning these beliefs you've had all your life. And it has to do with what you feel wish come true is, which is great because it's freeing. So, what this would look like is all my life I've been told, like, this is what a relationship is supposed to be like. This is who I'm supposed to be with, the type of person or their job or personality, and this is how the interaction is supposed to be. And this is how I'm supposed to be. supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, all these rules, all this influence we've had from parents and family and schoolmates and friends and movies and books and TV and whatever, inundated with all these opinions that we've taken on. And it's all this mixed bag of that stuff too, because some of them are even contradictory. It's like, all right. And then Saturn comes in with that Capricorn devil energy and goes, now let's question it all. And you're like, what? This is my foundation. It's like, yeah, but it's limiting when we have so many rules. We're telling the universe, well, it has to be this person and this way and this timing and da 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 da. Da. They're like, well, that is on back order for 1,000 years. If you want something in this lifetime, we're going to need to let some of that stuff go. And it's developing this trust that the perfect person is going to come in the perfect way in the perfect timing. We just have the what and our why that we look into, and then we can trust the universe with the rest. So there is this shaking going on here, of trying to understand what it is your high heart truly wants in love. And this is what is being shaken in your life right now. Right. And so that's what they have for you, Earth Angel. So many blessings to you. And then it's me, amazing. I love it. You are up next. And you want to know, what does Spirit want you to know for the month of August for you? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, you definitely have emotion coming in the month of August. Page of Cups can be new love, can be new romantic love. You have joy and celebration, but this can also be, like your your posse, your tribe, it can even be just a small group of a couple friends, but you have significant emotion that comes in here. This definitely feels for me, this represents your spiritual posse and your spiritual entourage too. So you could have this connection to the spirit world in here, but I feel like there's also they are drawing in individuals that would be like best friends, that would be like, three peas in a pod where you guys really get one another and you don't have to explain yourself. Just a lot of things in common. Like, it's almost like you're triplets. It just feels so much in common, and you guys get one another. And I feel like you find your tribe in August, and it could be. I don't feel like any of this is romantic, but this could also be romance coming in too. Also connecting to your higher love in a spiritual way. So you have a lot of emotional uplift that comes in the month of August, that's coming in. So that's what you have. It sounds amazing. It's, me amazing. So, many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. And so the next free reading will be Divinely Protected. You'll be up next. I do have a donation coming in for Blissful Breeze. Thank you so much for the donation. All right. And you want to know, should you use or should M use Mama Vida Inc. or Chesapeake Bay asked to help them with their endeavors? All right. So, well, we'll approach the question in what is for your highest experience. Because, in the spiritual world, there's no should. There's just decisions that are made with different outcomes and experiences. They don't have judgment on the other side. So they don't look at like right and wrong or should not. They're just more like, these are the choices and this is what they'll bring you. What do you want to do? So we'll do that. We'll pull cards for Mama Vida Inc. first. Okay, that's those two. And then Chesapeake Bay. And let's see here what they bring in. Okay. So let's see what energies we have. All right. And then, wow. Yeah, I mean, they both look positive here. We've got the Mama Vida Inc. The Six of Pentacles does represent like, having abundance enough to be able to give to others too. And the universe cards, like the world card, which is victory and it's movement from old cycles to new cycles. So, that was positive. Like, wow, that seems really good there. And then I got Chesapeake, which of course we've got new money, new opportunities coming in, seeing things from a higher perspective, and we've got developed strong partnerships too. So, um, it just they both look great. I mean, they both have positive energies that come in here. So I don't feel like there's a wrong choice. Um, Let me see any other advice in here because they both look good here. Yeah, they're like the 3 of Wands is like choosing to go a different direction. The 4 of Wands is joy and celebration and balanced energy. It feels here like it's like whatever brings you joy, whatever, follow the joy, follow the celebration. It's like follow that. It's like you guys, um, there's not a wrong choice, but it's like they're just kind of nudging you, yeah, to that you guys can make the choice. I mean, again, you have the Emperor who makes the choice. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance. So the Emperor does say, don't make the choice based on what you think everyone else thinks you should do. Follow your heart and what you're wanting and what you're being led to. So don't pay attention to everyone else's um, expectations. Choose what brings you guys joy is what is coming in there. Blissful breeze. So there's no wrong choice. They're both going to be beneficial by those cards. So it's like boom, yeah, absolutely. You're very welcome, and thank you for the donation. I like it. I like it. Win-win. So it's like, well, in that case, I want this. So it's like, great. It's like, well, is a window seat more expensive or an aisle seat? And they're like, they're both the same price. And you're like, well, I'll take a window seat then, because that's what I want. And they're like, cool. So I like it. I don't know why they said it that way, but that's the way it came out. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. And Keisha, we will get to your question here. I do go down in order, first come, first serve. I've seen you kind of put it and delete it. So I go in order as they are in the chat. And if anyone, and this is to everyone, if anyone wants their reading prioritized, a donation of any kind, I do prioritize, as you guys just saw. And then otherwise, I go back to the free readings and I just continue going down in order. Should be on for about 30 more minutes. I usually try to keep it to around 2 hours. So I still got about 30 more minutes for the free readings as well. All right. So back to the free readings. I've got Divinely Protected. Hello. So you want oracle guidance from your angels on how to cross the finish line. And whichever deck, I feel like since I did introduce in your favorite, the Psychic Tarot, we will go to that one. Finish line, crossing the finish line. And you mean like death? How can you go back to the other side? No. So whatever finish line is that you're wanting to cross here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. This one is jumping out. Yeah, so we got the Two of Swords. And of course, the Two of Swords with mental conflict is, for me, it's usually close your eyes to open your heart, right? So close our eyes and follow our heart instead. We'll see what the oracle side of it says here. And so this card deals with the inability to move forward as self doubt emerges from indecisiveness or not being able to take action with a person, a group, or even a situation in your present life. It may not be an easy decision, but you are already aware of this. So just remember that you have the strength, the courage, and the power to make all the necessary considerations. When you decide to act and finally, it's finally is in italics, finally make the choices that need to be made, then and only then will a resolution be forthcoming. And with it, a sense of mental relief. There's assistance out there for you, so seek out and listen to wise counsel to help you make the right decisions. Listen to your intuition and have faith in yourself. Peace and harmony will soon be yours. Hallelujah, right? So I like it. Close your eyes, open your heart, trust. And I feel like the wisdom is knowing that spirit, and I know uh you question your spirit guides going, I think they have it out for me. But really, if we ask about our own free will for them to clearly show us signs and synchronicities and answers, you know, they will. And if you're like, well, we're on an on-off relationship right now, trust the wisdom of people you trust in the human uh realm too. So that's what's coming in there, divinely protected. So many blessings to you. All right. And let me see here. I don't think that's a donation. Let me just make sure. No. Okay. And so we'll continue down the free list here. And Sky, you are up next. So YGL. Mm. All right. So why didn't they reply to specific questions repeatedly last time? They wouldn't break in the interrogation, huh? Let's take a look here. Yeah. Well, obviously, fear here with the Nine of Swords, a lot of inner fears about losing, love, losing emotional fulfillment. I feel like they've got a lot of cups in their life, a lot of places that they're seeking to try to feel fulfilled from. You're one of them. And I feel like if they answered you, they fear that they would lose you and lose other things too. So there's a fear and you know, I mean, I think that probably answers your question, right? You're like, aha, they fear that the answers that they would give cause a rift and that it would make them lose other things in their life too. So they've got hidden stuff, of course, and these fears are, I can't bring that out into into the light, otherwise everything falls apart. So that's the energy I feel coming in there with those cards there, Sky. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But that's what they have. So hang in there and many blessings to you. Right, Starfall. Hello, hello. So you had a lot of activity at home yesterday. And was it a spirit? And if yes, why is it here? So spirit, like truly spirit is unconditional love. And so they wouldn't have bad activity. I'll pull cards here too. What they're showing me is that, you know, energy comes from humans. We exert energy every moment, and if we are in fear, we are putting out lower vibrational energy, which is what we pick up, which is why when we are like, oh, is that an evil spirit, that's what we're feeling is the negative, not negative, but lower vibrational energies, which is opposite of our higher vibrational energy where we come from. um, if there's people that have like were around bringing in lower vibrational energy, especially if you're very sensitive to the energies, you'll pick it up and go, what was that? And it's someone else. Like an example that they're bringing back to me, I went over to a friend's house decades ago, and I am um I normally sit on the couch, but I sat in front of the couch on the floor for some reason, and I just didn't feel I felt, like, drawn to sit there, and I just felt so sad. I was like and they were my friend was like, "What's the matter?" I go, "I don't know, I just feel like I wanna cry." And they were like, "You're freaking me out." They go, "Their roommate that lived up in the upper part of the house had just been down there, sitting in that exact spot I was sitting in crying." And so the energy was left, and I felt it. So I feel like that is more of what you're feeling there, that there's just some energy, some fear energy, lower vibrational energy that was around and that brought in um, this influence that brought that in. So, um, my brother had asked me once, he goes, "Do you believe in demons?" And I'm like, "I don't." I go, "'Cause at my core, I feel everything is made of unconditional love, so there's really nothing that's truly evil, there's just lower love vibrational energy." And, so I go, "I don't know." But I asked spirit and I go, "Is there demons?" And they're like, "If you need it for your story, they will call it in for the movie. They'll call the prop department." And they showed me, like, light being angels walking down, and they were dressed, in demon costumes and had, like, demon, like, a mask that they were carrying, and they're all laughing and, it's all their light is beaming, but they were about to go into, like, a studio for someone's movie, for someone's experience, and they were gonna put on and pretend for them. And it's interesting when we look at it that way that at the core, everything is made at the if you break down every cell, everything at the very, very core is unconditional love energy. Um, so that's what's going on. Let's just get some cards here though for you, Starfall. That's what they wanted you to know though. And let's take a look. Yeah. So, Heart of Cups, Queen of Cups, intuitive, picking up emotions. So I feel like you were picking up someone else's emotions nearby. The full card represents the soul too, which, here is this everything's made of unconditional love. So we come in without all the fears and all the restrictions around us. But I feel like this is telling you that you were picking up emotions from someone who's on a new adventure, someone who's starting so many brand new things. They might have a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety around this newness, around this. It feels like a situation where, because it follows the world card, which is an ending of an old cycle and the beginning of new things. I feel like there's someone that is going through a lot of newness and it's scaring their inner child. And so there's this energy you're picking up that, someone is fearing the future, fearing what's next, because there's a lot of unknowns in their life that's going on. Could even be if it's a neighbor, if there's no one in your house that feels this way, but it feels like that type of energy that's coming in. So hopefully that helps, Starfall. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Kevin Torabuin, you are up next. And hey, so I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. And you want to know, would moving in with Akshat next year be a good option? All right, let's take a look here. See what energy it brings in here for you. Well, it seems to be like it would be a good relationship here, whatever type of relationship is. This is a great friendships, wish, dream come true, hope, brightness. So with these cards coming into here, it really feels like a positive thing. The Two of Cups, if it's a romantic type of relationship, that would be a positive. If it's like a best friendship or family, or this is good relationship, really tight friendship, whatever the type of relationship it is, very positive. So this would be a yes with those cards coming in. So I like it for you, Kevin. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then up next, we got Shloka Shancher. Hello, hello. Oh, love reading. Boom. All right. Well. What appears whatever's going on in your life now, if there is love going on, you're about to go in a different direction here. with the 3 of Wands. Or if you didn't have love, what it's like you're headed in a different direction than you would have because the Tower card shows things being moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose to make space for love, to make space on the path so you can move forward into something that's more in alignment for your heart, for you, for yourself. So there is this change of direction here with 3 of Wands. It's like taking an off ramp and going in a, you were headed this way, but now you're like, well, you're headed off in that direction. So I like it. It's significant here with the Tower card, but this is you choosing, not it being chosen for you. This may not be chosen for you. I mean, by you, but it is chosen for you. The Tower card sometimes will remove things out of our life that we are like um attached to, like, oh, I can't let go of that. And it's like, nope, here it goes. Psh. So that's what I feel is coming in there for you. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Let me see where we're at here. Okay. Yeah, Starfall, it could be you. If that resonates where you are, like if you feel like um if you felt unsafe or out of control in some way, that could have ignited fears, which then, you feel the energy, just so it definitely can be us. Um, but if that doesn't resonate, then it could be that you're just really sensitive to other people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was you. I didn't want to say it. So yeah. So it definitely is that. So you scared yourself. Yeah, your inner child got scared. It's like, I feel out of control. Whoop, 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 whoop. And so fear just went, psh. Especially if you're not used to feeling it a lot, it becomes, when in our earlier in our life, we're so much about fear and very little about quietness and peace, right? But as we connect higher to the spirit realm, we're more in peace than it's like always being in like a hard rock, acid rock bar with it volume at its maximum and only going outside every once in a while. The peace and quiet seems so odd and this feels normal. But the more time we spend outside, when we go in, it's so loud. We're like, oh my gosh, this is not normal, and I can kind of feel that way. All righty. Very good, and let's see. So we left off with Marie Jones. You're the next free reading coming up, so a career reading for the rest of the month. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, I feel like you're gonna have some clarity happening here. You've got the 7 of Cups, which, feels like there's some options that are here, some choices to be made, like emotional choices, but the head feels kind of, um, foggy. It's like, I don't know what I want. Well, the Strength card here, the number 8, following the number 7, your higher self can give you clarity here. And I feel like your higher self is saying, try stepping away from everything, look at things from a higher perspective, and it will start whittling away some of these things, you know, because a lot of times we'll get caught up, the lion is our human side. We'll get caught up in our supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And it's like, ugh, you know, that's why we get so confused because we don't want to make the wrong choice. And what if I make the wrong one? And, you know, I get judged for it, and it's like, but when you are connecting to your high heart and you're living your passion, you know what it is, you're not afraid. You're just like, I know that regardless of what happens, I'm going to get back up and continue on it. I'm going to get around whatever obstacles there are or whatever I need to climb and get to. I'm going to get there because I'm doing what I love each moment. And so there's not a failure type of feel around it. So I like this coming in here. It's like, when there's confusion, we're in fear, and when there's clarity, like I have, I need to like, this is my beautiful art. I have my true north on this little piece of paper. There it goes. And I just have it over here because whenever I need to make a decision, I'm like, does this align with my true north? What my dream, what I want to do with my life? And that makes it easy. No, it isn't. So why am I investing money or time or energy into it? And then if it is, then I'm like, oh, good. Well, then I'll move forward with this. So there's some clarity that comes in here around choosing a career, choosing decisions that are allowing you to feel like you're living instead of existing. I feel like this is the message that's coming in there for you. So that is what they have for you, Marie. So many blessings to you. All right. And oh, there we are. Sorry, I lost my place. So Sherry Armstrong. Hello, hello. So you would like, so your friend um Field, does he want to be with you and you're a Taurus? All right. Well, my brother's a Taurus. Stubborn. No, I'm just kidding. Mirror. Anyway, so let's take a look here. Does he want to be with you? So your friend, does he want to be more than friends, right? This is what we're looking for. Let's see what their intentions are currently based on current energies. I feel like here, they've got this attraction that's there, energetic attraction, maybe even physical attraction, but they've got some stuff with the 5 of Pentacles that they're dealing with. I don't feel like they are wanting more from anyone because I feel like there's this feelings of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, feelings of lack that they still have. And I don't feel like they are at that point yet where they will open their heart. They'll have other interactions, but not with their heart. I feel is what's coming in there. So I feel like they just got some stuff to deal with regarding their heart and those feelings. Those will be more rooted in earlier life, usually emotional child age of 7 years old and younger, where this stuff has just been radiating out from their rippling out from their life, repeating over and over, but the root of it goes back that far. So it's not that they don't want to love, they just don't love themselves a whole lot and they can't love. So if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you there, Sherry. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Marie. All right. And then let me just make sure here that I'm not skipping over anyone. Okay, we did those. We did those. Okay, we did those. Thank you guys. I'm getting to the point where we were interacting with the donations, and so there was some conversations, and I just want to make sure I don't like zip past people. Um, so we did those. We did that. Did those. Sorry. Wow. So we're moving down the list fast, though. That's good, right? It's like when there's a traffic jam and suddenly the traffic goes forward, it's whoosh. Okay. Okay, we did those. Okay, we're down here. All right, we're almost to the bottom here. So Keisha, we are to you. Yay. So Keisha Williams, so any positive good news for you and your children? Ah, um, what area uh, should move to in any messages from a loved one? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. And so there's no shoulds on the heavenly side. So we'll ask it in a way that they'll respond because they're like, oh, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, okay. But what would be for Keisha's highest experience for her and her children? What area would be best for them to move to? Another Taurus. Oh my gosh. That's okay. Actually, I have I have a stellium, which is 5, which is 3 or more planets, because I think I have 5 uh in the second house, which is ruled by Taurus. So I'm like, I understand the Taurus energy a lot. So let's take a look here. Yeah, I like this here. So they're saying here that, what area to move to is the one that, makes your heart sing, that brings you joy. There's no like wrong choice. Just know that because wherever you live, whatever you go, with the heart of wands, the queen of wands, whatever you focus on is what's going to come in. And if you focus on joy and celebration, then you'll have joy and celebration that will, that's the kind of experiences you have. So it's not so much where you live, it's how you live. If you have something that, like, what, I would really love to live over here, well, look into it, right? And then when you live somewhere, if you're like focusing on fear, like this is going to happen, because you could live anywhere. And if you're living in fear, you're drawing in lower vibrational experiences and people. But if you're living somewhere and you're living in this higher vibration of joy and happiness and celebration and unconditional love and laughter, gratitude, then more things to be grateful for come in, more love and all that. So they're saying that, really there's no wrong place to live. It's more how you live. That's the important thing in life. So I like that. And you asked here for messages from a loved one. I actually have this angel answer deck here. So I'm going to pull from these for you too here, since we're almost to the end here. And I'm just going to see here what message is coming in. So you got a big yes from the upper realms, from a loved one that says yes. So uh, I like it because, they're showing me in my brain here, in my little third eye, my little um, the little movie screen in my head. They're showing someone with a coin, and they're flipping a coin. They're like, okay, so heads, I go here, tails, I go here. And like, okay. And they get tails. And they're like, oh, because they really want the heads, but they got the tails. Then they're like, well, let me do best two out of three. You know what you truly want when you flip a coin and it doesn't turn out to be the one you really want. And I feel like that's what they're saying here with the yes card is like, you know where you want to go, so do that. I like it. And then the second little deck that comes in here is timing. So let's take a look here and see what they say about timing. Yep. All right, there it goes. And they say it's just not the right time yet, but look into and research where you're wanting to go to. It's just not the exact right time in this exact moment. And then we have the angel card itself, which has a message from them. So let's take a look at. All right, that would be it. Let's see what it is here. Yeah, but you do have big happy changes coming. So I like it. So I like that. And let's see what this let's take a look here. Oh, helps if I look in the right area. There we go. So big positive changes are coming into your life. You may find yourself on a new career path, entering a new relationship, or moving to a new home or city. Embrace these exciting events, knowing that your angels will be beside you all the way. What you are asking about may require you to take leaps of faith that seem frightening or beyond your ability. Trust that opportunities before you are meant to bring you happiness, and these options would not have presented themselves unless you were ready for them. So release your fears and follow your heart. Yep. Yeah, yeah, it's, but follow your heart, because 'cause you'll know. It's again, it's that yes card of like, you know where you wanna go and what you wanna do, so look into that, So it's perfect. I like it. All right, Keisha, that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Enjoy the move when it happens. I like it. All right. Hey, Deb, love and light. Hey, Deb, if you are still here, um, you actually were one of my winners back on July 3rd for a free 30-minute person recorded reading. So if you have not checked out my giveaway playlist, check back to July 3rd and you can just look at the bottom of the video and it'll tell you how to get in touch with me if you want to claim your prize. All right. So, and of course, many blessings to you. All right. And Lexi Boo Boo. Hello. I love it. So, you want to know, is he seeking his happiness? Oh, somewhere else. Okay. No, I don't think, I don't see it here. I see the 6 of Wands is this is a victory and, this equal, passion coming in here. I just feel like they're having some inner conflict with their mind here, in communication. So there's just some misunderstandings that are going on. I feel like it's more mental conflict that's making its way out, just some fears that have been ignited in them. So I don't feel like they're looking for it somewhere else. I just feel like they're having a lot going on in their head right here. Because the 6 of Wands is 3 wands is equal passion between the two of you. Um, so I don't feel like they are. I just feel like they're just having some mental conflict that's coming in here. So that's what they have for you there, Lexi Boo Boo. I don't feel any of that energy at this time. So, all right, you're so funny, Starfall. All right, and then up next we've got Lovely Lovey. Hello, hello. So, will you hear from Cheryl soon? Oh, sorry, Lisa. I see you have made a donation. So as soon as you pop your question there, we will jump down to you there. So, will you hear from Cheryl soon with information required? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, I feel like you will here. I mean, you got the judgment card, right? So, the judgment card is this calling to see things from a higher perspective, but the 5 of Cups is also about emotional choices coming in here. And I feel like this is feels like go with the emotional flow, see things from the higher perspective here, because with the 5 of Cups, it's you're allowed to feel what you want to feel, but when you're done feeling that way, just know that you have the 2 of Cups, that you get to choose how you feel around things. Not that it's bad news or anything. It just feels like your higher self is saying, let's look at things from a different place because it feels like there's a lot of lower vibrational things that are going on and they're just trying to pull you out of it, pull you up into the, you know, every moment is either of lower vibrational energy or higher vibrational energy, fear or unconditional love. And they're like, let's just try looking at it from a place of unconditional love. Let's just try to pull that up here. I feel like there's whatever delays and things are happening are one of those lovely transformational, like with that butterfly, transformational experiences, yay, that we love to be able to go, okay, so this is happening for me, and how can I choose, right? So that's what I feel is coming in with that energy, but I feel like it's going to be not, you know, like in 13 minutes, but I feel like the more we focus on raising the love vibration, the faster things go. So I feel like that's why your spirit's going, let's look it up from up here. This will speed things along. So that's what's coming in for you, lovely lovey. So many blessings to you. Oh, I see, Keisha. Okay. So that's why you want to know in Florida, out of Florida. It's like follow your heart. Psh. Get out while you can. All right. So, Lisa, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. And anything specific coming towards you? Uh, what can be the personality? Oh, anyone, not anything. So, anyone specific. All right. I get you. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Okay, they went that one and that one. Wow. Okay, and that one. Then this one. Then this one. Okay, very particular in order. So let's take a look here. Okay. All right. So we have someone who's very balanced here. We got the Justice card that's coming in, which is, you know, Ace of Swords. They I feel like one air signee, very much air signee that's coming in here. It might even be someone that works in justice, like, you know, court, lawyer, police, something that upholds justice. I feel like there's this energy that comes in with this, but they're more in the mental side than the physical side of it, if that helps. And then we got someone, I mean, the part of them, they have a lot of passion too. So I like this that they're not just, they're not a nerd that has, they don't, you know, have the passion and the drive and that type of thing where they're always working, always thinking, and you're like, hey, can I have some attention? That's not them at all. So I like it that they have a passion for life and they're able to express their passion too. Very hard worker with the Eight of Pentacles too. They've done the work and they are like in the process too of moving up. So whatever they've done, they do it very well. And this is the outside world. And there's this movement, 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 movement. So that tells me that um, they have a very solid work ethic and they have a very solid foundation in the outside world as well. So, like those things with all of that there, we've got the King of Cups, which makes sense too. I always like getting the King of Cups because they show they're able to show their emotion, which we like, like we said, they're very much they have a mental side too. The kings, in addition to having this um, ability to communicate their emotions, they're all given a second portion of air, which means they balance heart and mind. So balanced, very balanced individual coming through here. So I like that. And the Five of Wands coming in here does show this energy of, there is this movement, there is this, uh, I don't want to say conflict, but they might be a fire sign because they've got a lot of air energy and they've got this Ace of Wands coming in here. They might just have a lot of fire because I feel like they might fire up fast, but then they also cool down. And so it's not like it's a danger thing, stranger danger. It's not like they're abusive or anything. It's just know that they're very fiery too, where they're just like, rah, oh, okay, rah, So um, I almost feel like when you meet them, I don't feel like you've met them yet, unless this sounds really familiar. But I feel like when you meet them, your first interactions might be a little not heated, but like, well, blah blah blah, well, blah blah blah. I just feel like it's um, like there's this tension there because there's this attraction, but I feel like uh you're like on each other, like blah 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 blah. Well, what about blah blah blah? Well, what about blah blah blah? And but you're smirking, you're both smirking while you're doing it because you're like, I really like this guy. Because like you stand up for yourself, they stand up for themselves, and they really like that. They like that you're not just like, oh, okay, I'm just going to go along and be a yes person. I feel like you stand up and you both do that. So it's pretty funny. I like it for you, Lisa, but that's what I feel is coming towards you. And that's a little bit about their personality. So many blessings to you. Hey, love 1234. Thank you for your additional donation there. Oh no. Don't tell me what to do. You're welcome. I can be annoyed if I want to be, but I won't be. So, okay, let's take a look here. All right, let's see what we got here. I see. Well, you've got a couple things about seeing things from a higher perspective here. This usually is I feel like in the beginning, um, that, you know, not in like the beginning of the week. Or maybe it feels because this is a delay. This is like a holding, but then you get the Knight of Wands. So I feel like in the beginning, the first part, not even like the first week, but like the first part of the first week, it's kind of slow here. But then things pick up out of nowhere. But you've got this really looking into and analyzing things. You got three major arcana regarding this about where to go and what to do, and the devil card is all the shaking of things, right? This is see things from a higher perspective, get out of the mind, out of the supposed to's, the shoulds, the need to's, the have to's, the musts. What it's that's what the Saturn energy does, right? It's like cut, 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 slice, 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 all these opinions, and connect with your high heart, which is that judgment is like, see things. What's your calling? What do you want to do with your life? Where do you truly want to be? Right? Yeah, yeah, definitely. But I feel like they're saying here, it's about see things from a higher perspective, and because you can have all these other jobs and all this stuff, but I feel like spirit is saying the what's so important is not existing but living. Yeah, and so that's what this is coming in is take the time, don't choose something just because it's it's time to live instead of exist, and so that's really shaking it in there. But yeah, I definitely feel like you'll have job interviews, and the more that you you know focus on what do you want to do, the more things will flow in that type of area. Yeah, focus on your purpose, absolutely. And so it's like not something that's going to make you work 100 hours and oh my god, amazing money, but I wouldn't be able to really work on what I want to do and live for 5 years. It's like how can I find something that allows me to feel like I'm living now as well. Okay, very good. Sure, Sagar or Sagar. You can ask a question. You will be my last free reading for this session, as I am beyond my 2 hours, so I'm going to be headed out here. Okay, you can go ahead and do that. And but for everyone, I am going to be back here in 6 hours for my evening session. Okay, if you wish, you can wait. Whatever, it's up to you. It's just one question. So if you want to do it now, you definitely can. um, yeah, if you guys ask them quick, because I really need to get going because I gotta go eat. So, Cigar and Somya, go ahead. And Love 1234 if you want to make your donation to do it. And then that is it. For everyone else, just make sure to be aware that I will be having my drawing for a personal recorded reading giveaway tomorrow. So be sure to check out that video if you're interested in doing that. And I won't cut and paste all that. I am having a 50% off sale, Zen's Crazy Summer Sale for the month of July on my Hedges of Peace and Love and on my personal recorded readings. All that information's in the description box of the video. I won't spam you guys with all of that. Again, I did it at the beginning. And then also, I put out a pick a card once a week. This is the one from this week, which was how can I transform my sadness? And I put out a pick a card every week. So I have a ton of other pick a cards also on my main page if you want more messages of love from above. And then lastly, I put out my new Take 10 with Zen yesterday, actually on Friday, and this one's about influences on our fate. What influences do we have on our fate? The week before was fate, does fate exist? And there's some other ones as well. So be sure to check those out if those resonate with you there. All right. Thank you so much for your additional donation, Love1234. So, since you donated, I will bring you to the front of the line, and then Salmia, I will go to yours, and Cigar, if you are still here, you can ask your question too. All right, so let's take a look here. Oh, all your fault. It was all your fault. I like it. Let's see what this was about here. Hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I like it. So, stagnancy, when we look at that, you have the Naked Heart card, and the Earth Mother. Earth Mother is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself. So, the slowness was for you. I don't, it's not like your energy, I don't feel like your energies were like the reason of it slowing, you know, it wasn't. Let me show you these cards because this will make sense. Because I'm trying to explain the cards without showing the cards, but it just they're like, just show the cards. Because you have the Tower card, which is things are moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose to make space and going through. So whenever there was anything that got to the point that it needed to be removed and things changed, they were done. There's never a like there's not a supposed to, you know. And so when we're looking at, uh, delays are perfect. They're all everything is always perfect for our adventure. There's no wrong choice. Um there's no posted speed limit is what they're saying. That's funny. So yeah. But you learned what you learned for a reason, right? There's always this um you know, it's like when you first start driving, you don't go from 0 to 150 miles an hour. You start driving till you realize how to steer, and you don't go off-roading, you try to stay, and I don't wanna get in traffic. We grow purposely, and we experience things on purpose for a purpose. And it's our human mind that has the time frame and the speed limits, and you need to be going this speed, and you should have arrived by this time already, and da da da, all that judgment. Yeah, it's like there's never a waste of time. That's a good thing to mention there is, well, fine, I finally got here. No, it's like Gandalf on Lord of the Rings. No, a wizard never arrives late. They always arrive precisely on time. And that's what it is. We always add we're always there on time. Yeah. And it brings in experiences that we are wanting, right? Because we've got the joy and the celebration, the balanced energy, everything is unfolding for our highest experience, at the time. And there's no wrong experience, because it got the movement of cups. So there's this movement of emotion. Again, this is very mothery type of energy with, these energies. It's everything. When things slow down, it's our higher self slowing things down so we can move up in our love and see things. And, the crackling, the stuff that happens in the outside world all happens because and happens for us. And I want to read this Naked Heart, because this is a card that's specific to this deck. And this is about connection, purpose, and higher self. And it says, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. So we're always calling in what we need for to stay in alignment with where we want to be on our path. And the universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. And as I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and purpose. There you go. Comparing myself to others does not serve me and will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing. Otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. And when I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light and I inspire others. That little Luna moth at the top there says, you are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light. And if you feel like you're disconnected from your heart, you can ask yourself, is my ego leading my path instead of my heart? And regardless if it is or not, we're not making wrong choices. Like if it's like, let's see here. So if I'm going to, I don't know why they're showing me this. If I'm going to a swimming pool to swim and then I dive in the water and I'm swimming, but then I'm wondering, am I swimming the right way? Am I spending the right amount of time doing this or that? Our purpose was to swim and we're swimming, so there's no waste of time. It's just a matter of what do I want to experience while I'm in the swimming pool. So if that helps with all that. So no, nothing wasted. If it's judgment, we know that's not our higher self. That's our ego. It's fear. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Um, you know, it's funny. This card literally fell out of the deck. Not supposed to be where I'm supposed to be. Seven of Pentacles. Everything has its purpose. It's perfect timing. If things slow down, it slows down for us. When things speed up, they speed up for us. But there's no wrong or right. You might, if you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen, listen to number 4 and number 5. I think that will also help if you'd like. All right. All right. So, Soumya, you are the last free reading since I don't think Sagar is here anymore. So, you'd like to know the true feelings of your husband, and are you going to have another child with him? All right. So let's take a look here. So, we'll do 2 cards here. True feelings of your husband. We got the Magician card, so there's a lot of fire there, a lot of divine masculine energy. So I feel like they have a lot of energy, and a lot of things in their life. But there is this, you've got the pentacles, you've got the passion, you've got the cups. So this represents like swords are they're in you're in their thoughts, you're in their heart, they like you in your life, and they have passion. It's like the full shebang here. So I feel like they just definitely feel this fire for you. Because here's when I asked about, are you going to have another child with him? You do have the 5 of Wands. There definitely is this passion between the two of you, that comes in here. Something that starts off, very fiery, but ends up feeling like love. So I for this would be there are possibilities definitely for another child here because there's all this passion, passion, passion. And the magician is all about manifestation and expressing the divine masculine side. So they're the giving, giving, giving um, side of that. So I feel like it's positive here. I don't feel like there's anything mysterious or anything that's you know anything hidden. And I like that. And that five is standing out. So I don't know if you just have one child or are there four, and that would be number five. You're like, oh my god, no. But I definitely feel there's possibilities there. So that's what they have there. So, actually, I'm all done for today, Shloka. I have to stop, or everyone keeps on asking for one more, one more, one more. So, I'm sorry, I do need to go because I've been on for 2.5 hours. So, I thank you for understanding, but I will be back in less than 6 hours for my evening session. So, be sure to come back at that time. And thank you guys again for all of your love and all your support and all the thumbs up. And I just am blown away by your thirst for searching after spirit and hearing from them too. So, please know if anyone needs anything right away, if you can also check my pick a card readings on my main channel. I have pick a cards about love and abundance and life purpose and all sorts of things too. So, if you need like an answer right away, go check that out and follow your heart, and spirit will guide you there too. So, all right, everybody, as you're going throughout the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world, please know that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Hang in there, take care, and we'll see you soon.